Today I am here to show you what is an evolution of the Narwal beautiful robot that I showed you in a previous video, the Narwal Freo Z Ultra. Top of the line. Of last year, today instead we have the Narwal Freo Z10 ULTRA. As we observed, the Narwal gained popularity for being one of the top choices in navigation. This was due to its binocular vision, which was achieved through two cameras that excelled at recognizing various objects. The Narwal surpassed its competitors in this aspect. Additionally, we also admired the tranquility of the Narwal. The excellent Moki system, which we are now going to review, but most of all the design, which it offers a robot, as you see by going to see it on the side, the robot completely inside, and this is a big advantage in this video, so we see the subtle differences. Since the new Freo Z10 Ultra basically is very similar, but with improvements that many users had already asked for. Let's remember that the Narwal Freo Z Ultra and Z10 Ultra are robots with self-cleaning and self-draining station, i.e. dirty water tank and clean water tank, practically unchanged. The Narwal Freo Z Ultra features a soft touch display that is practically the same on both products. Additionally, we notice a nearly identical system for the dust bag on both devices. Powder and automatic soap dispenser, which is lemon and basil, but there are various fragrances, same thing here. As you can see, it is virtually identical. The panels, as we can see, are similar, only here we have written Narwal in italics. There is a slight difference between them, but essentially they are the same. By the way, I want to remind you that on Narwal, for those who prefer not to purchase the automatic dispenser with a syringe, you can also refill this plastic flask that contains the technician's detergent. It is always a self-emptying, self-cleaning station that I will demonstrate for you. It is designed to clean the floors with hot water, reaching temperatures up to 75 degrees. The Freo Z10 Ultra changes from the old model because it is the suction power of the robot that now goes from 12,000 to 18,000 pascals. By the way, I show you something. I remind you that in Narwal, both the Z and the Z10 Ultra have a mop system that are somewhat reminiscent of the rotary engine of the Mazda RX-8. Have a particular name, I'll write it down for you below. And this is designed to go to reduce the blind spots, obviously with the almost triangular system of the mops. Rotating, we always have rotating mops, but Narwal is the only one, if not one of the few, that has this particular shape. The big difference that we notice is that users have been listened to compared to the old Narwal. Yeah, as you can see here, we have the mop extension that allows you to take the mop out externally and go to clean corners and edges in an easier way that was missing and had been requested by many users, because already the Z Ultra was a product that really cleaned well, but it lacked just this. This extra functionality that is to extend the mop outside, that here instead on the old one is fixed. The differences in the front brushes, Narwal one of the few that they're both left and right that now have a different shape. And as you can see, when they are rotating, they tend to move debris and dust towards the center dual system with brushes and silicone rubber, which was already working well, so they didn't want to change it. The binocular system on the camera's hardware side appears almost identical each time, equipped with an LED light for assisting in low light conditions and a LiDAR turret that remains stationed on top, unable to retract. The turret's silent movement aids in maintaining stealth while offering additional functionality in complete darkness. All we have to do is make sure the robot is fixed properly, and then we can begin. I'll demonstrate how it functions during a wash cycle. Please keep in mind that the robot needs to be connected to the Narwhal app and a Wi-Fi network. Each washing session, like the Z Ultra, will commence by electrolyzing the water for better disinfection of the floor. After the initial mapping, the app allows you to choose whether to wash by specific zones or rooms. In this mode, you can customize the wash cycles, adjust the suction power, and control the humidity during washing on 3 different levels. You can also select how many times the mop should clean, either by square meters or by each designated zone. For a truly hands-off experience, you can set everything to run automatically, including the ability to detect the type of floor in the room. In all fairness, the Narwhal excels in maneuvering around obstacles and excels in object recognition compared to other products on the market. Its binocular vision allows it to accurately identify even the smallest objects, such as cables of various colors. However, not all objects can be identified and some may be overlooked by the system. On the other hand, the dreamy Roborock stands out for its ability to detect and avoid objects without disturbing them. In conclusion, the Z10 Ultra has an advantage with its extendable mop that allows it to reach areas that the Z Ultra Classic may not be able to identify. Each of these products offers unique features and capabilities, catering to different needs and preferences. This enables you to have a more comprehensive product, filling a gap that was noticeably felt in comparison to the competition. What stood out to me about the first Z Ultra Narwhal I tested was its unique features and capabilities that set it apart. And I had a really exaggerated cleaning power among other things. It is also able to identify the liquids and goes to deactivate the brushes to perform a cleaning, even if, however, they get a little bit affected by the dirty liquid, which in quotes, this is Coke. However, when you go to identify a stain, he does it automatically and goes to perform a more thorough washing on the area and even returns several times to the base, obviously, to go and remove the dirt and bring it to the station, which, however, doesn't make sense. It's like we have a cloth. We definitely need to rinse it multiple times when dealing with a sticky or sugary liquid to ensure thorough cleaning and removal of any residue. The precision then of the obstacles of this robot is surgical, as well as approaching edges and corners, with the extension working well. The mop really applies a very strong scrubbing compared to others, and I had already shown you. He was able to remove a lot of stains compared to many others, thanks to the strong friction system, especially when it comes to suction power. Additionally, the mops can be lifted up to 12 millimeters, which allows for automatic cleaning without placing the mops too low on carpets. However, if desired, a strategy of avoiding this can be applied as well. This feature ensures efficient stain removal without damaging the carpets. I would like to remind you that this robot is unable to detach the mops and return them to the base. While the suction power is excellent, it is not effective on carpets with delicate fibers, as it cannot fully remove any residue due to their soft texture. Let's discuss the composition of this carpet. The robot can handle it with care. Be used even in the dark thanks to the spotlight that allows to help binocular vision. You will never have any problem, and therefore it is not necessary to absolutely make sure to keep the lights on in your house so you can use them whether you're home or in complete darkness. The Narwhal, along with the 10 Ultra Z, offers a remote video surveillance system that allows you to monitor your surroundings even when you're away. We have the ability to control everything in a dynamic way through the robot, enabling us to easily monitor our surroundings and possibly identify any malicious individuals in the vicinity. In the event of suspicious activity, we can swiftly capture photos or record videos as evidence directly accessible on our smartphone. Even if the robot were to be stolen or tampered with, as long as it is connected, we can initiate the suction function, adjusting the power level to our preference. Let's demonstrate that I have the ability to manipulate it. A manual and I can, obviously, wash by the way. I have the ability to initiate a video call in order to listen to the audio. Surrounding then walk around the house with the robot, but at the same time, I can also talk. Hello. As you can see, this is a really interesting function. On the Z10 Ultra, we also have the Freo mode 3.0 mode, which is an intelligent mode that allows it to identify dirty stains to figure out how many times it needs to wash it. Identifies the type of floor thanks to the cameras. In fact, it realized that the floor, a parquet, a floor, let's say PVC floor, I am able to vacuum floors first and then wash them later. I can also choose to either vacuum only or wash by disabling the cold mode. By referring to the manual, we can perform 3 different wash cycles to ensure cleanliness. Suction power between quiet, normal, strong, and super powerful. A humidity of washing on 3 levels, by the way, in the suction section. He will raise the mops up to 12 millimeters. That this will also allow to go over the carpets or not to drag obviously the mops where there is a lot of dust, a lot of dirt in the washing function. Obviously we can increase the level of precision between meticulous and standard, by the way. Interesting to note that the Narwhal, if the robot happens to encounter water on the ground during its operation, it will automatically raise the central roller to prevent itself from getting wet and dirty. While this adjustment may slightly impede the front brush's suction power and cleaning efficiency, the current model has shown significant improvements over previous versions. Although it may not possess the same level of sophistication as some other models on the market, it excels at carrying out its tasks effectively and is highly praised for its ability to detect stains and objects without causing any damage. The robot navigates corners and edges with ease, delivering a generally satisfactory performance overall. One drawback worth mentioning is its relatively high water consumption, especially when operating at the highest wash intensity setting. Nevertheless, with a battery capacity of 6400 mAh, it can cover an area of approximately 90 square meters. Based on personal observations, the robot typically uses about 41% of its battery life while in automatic mode. More or less, depending on the mode and the washing frequencies, to clean an entire house of 90 to 100 square meters, walkable takes between 50 minutes and an hour and 30 or so. Alright everyone, as we reach the conclusion of this video, let's discuss the Freo Z Ultra and the new Freo Z10 Ultra. Those who love the previous model can opt for the newer version for a more comprehensive experience. However, the older model, if you manage to find it at a discounted price, still remains a great product. I'm not sure if you can take advantage of Narwhal's promotion, but if you purchase it during this period, you will receive a discount of 200 euros. An extra year on the warranty that goes from 2 to 3 years, and finally also a set of accessories for long-term maintenance. In the description, I leave you the link to these products if they should not be on offer. I recommend you follow the Telegram channel Guide Informatica Uno that you find in the description or you can find on Google. At the moment, I still have it on trial. If you have any doubts or questions, or I have to do some testing for you, write it in a comment below. Greetings to all and see you next time.